I stumbled on a phonograph. It kind of made me laugh. Yeah. It took me way back. Oh, back down Marie Lane. I see you sitting there with that look of despair. Yeah. A terror beyond compare. Look at there. Look at there. The way you saw me, no one could tell me that you would lie. Oh, why did I have to stumble on this video? I thought I'd let her go. Oh. Hey, people. I'm Marissa Chateau, Erica J. Hey, God, before everything. How y'all doing? I see the street. I hear the streets are alive with the sound of music this morning, child. And something about this beef sector where we love to go over the same stories, right? I don't know. I know there's people in Vegas, they went back going back 7, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And it seems to always come back to them same stories, right? So in that way, I guess people benefit by attending these, whatever these events are, whenever these YouTubers are getting together, because they're going to feed off that for the next several years. Hi, Lionheart. What's up, Brother Blaine? So I hear the situation between J.WILSON and SHAWN Bradley now is the thing today. Each has made videos and all that. I don't watch all the videos, but I watched enough to know something needs to be said. J.WILSON, you need to apologize to SHAWN Bradley. And I believe that is even more importantly, you need to thank him. You need to thank him because they saved your life, right? Now, we all know the situation there. We're going to meet up in Vegas. I'm sorry, you guys who have been around. We're supposed to meet up in Atlanta, Georgia. J.WILSON, those people cared enough about your safety. Listen to me. They cared enough about your safety to put me, harmless Timothy Blaine, in a separate Airbnb when arriving in Atlanta, Georgia. And on the following day, people were now in these luxury hotels. They had plenty of hotel rooms. Everyone was in the same hotels, luxury 4-star hotels, right? But not me. I was escorted like I was Hannibal Lecter or somebody, right? Because I had to be kept with SHAWN Bradley. First in an Airbnb where there was no one there but me and him, right? I was separated from the rest of the crowd, even though I had no problem with anybody in the crowd except you. Correct? Then on the following day, I was moved to the place where this filming was to film and put in a room by myself, separate from the entire group, all in an effort to protect you, because they didn't want to expose this mad dog killer on your punk ass, right? The people had sat back and they had watched you disrespect me. They had watched you try to expose my finances, call me a welfare mother, say all these disparaging things to me, right? And they did not trust that if they put me in the same building with your ass, you would not be stomped through the goddamn floorboards, right? Am I lying? Am I telling the truth or am I lying? SHAWN Bradley can give you testimony to this. Either him or Ty thought enough of you to save you, because we didn't know what kind of danger I didn't even know, girl, until you opened your lips. If you get separated from the chicken, girl, you just, when I walk into the room, you just stuffing shit, anything free in your mouth, just stuff. Hi, bitch. My name is not bitch. My name is Jane. My name is Jane Wilcox. Let me finish my chicken. I'm just eating my food. I'm just eating my food. J. Wilson, those people sat and watched you disrespect me over and over and over again. Not that I really give a shit. You can't affect my Social Security, girl. I mean, whatever. But it was something that even at that, I said, well, let me get this punk. Let me get to that. They kept me separated from you, right? I had forced Ty to let me know that you were going to be there, right? Because I understood the possibilities. So you don't know the possibilities of what you expose yourself to when you disrespect people. I understand totally, right? But what I want to say is, I think Sean had, since he was so keenly aware of the situation, but he has to realize I was beefing with you 2 or 3 years before Atlanta. It wasn't because of anything I said in Atlanta, but in Atlanta, I did express to you how much that bugged me and how disrespected I felt about the things you would say about my personal finances, my personal business, my personal choices, my personal prison record, my personal life. Right? I told you that. I gave you a chance, nigga. I said, I want you to understand where my anger comes from. And you come back and you do the exact same thing, right? So they realize, girl, what kind of danger they were putting you in. Correct? So now I see you over there, and then you going on with Shawn Bradley about all these decisions you made. Oh, I made those decisions. Then I found they weren't paying nothing. They were first you were singing that you were happy to get a trip out of town, get free food. You were obsessed with this thing about getting shit for free. I got a free trip. I got a free vacation. I got free this. Oh, I got a free room. So what happened? Now you're saying after Miss Heidi did her little stunt, now you're talking about how you made a decision based on the fact that they wasn't paying you anything. What were they going to pay you for, J. Wilson? After flying you to Atlanta and paying for your expenses and feeding your ass, girl, you must have went through a platter by yourself, feeding your ass. And then we go into a room, girl, and you're not even on the camera a hot 5 minutes, girl. You ain't on no camera. They couldn't even hardly get a conversation started, girl, because when Nicole arrived, it kind of took over the show. So you really hadn't done anything, girl. Something from nothing leaves nothing. You want to always pull something out of. So now you on this thing about how all of these decisions you made and how you know it was a scam and they didn't stack up. This thing, they made a pilot, girl. You know how many pilots are made in America? Not including the last year because these people have been on strike. But pilots are made for shows all the time, girl. Right? That's why they don't pay you shit until they can get something out of it, honey. When they sell the show, which is what Ty had to do, she had to sell it to a network, girl. If nobody bought it, how can she sell it to somebody who's not buying it, girl? Right? It was a gamble. But it was all great for you when you're getting all this free shit, right? But I just think that you owe that boy and I don't know about the apology, what part of the story. I'm sure there are several in there, but you definitely owe him a thank you for saving your ass. Because if they would have put us, I would have went from the airport right into the same hotel where you were at, and I knew what room you were in, girl. You're liable to go out to get ice, girl, and lose your goddamn life, right? Girl, that's like red meat to a tiger, Miss Thing. If I would have got your ass without any supervision at all, nobody to hold anybody back, J. Wilson. See, you don't even understand the. See, this boat ride is going to be mostly women because that's basically what's here. There's mostly women here, right? But you can't walk into a situation where there are men. These men that you have insulted, these husbands and these boyfriends and these lovers. You couldn't put those people on a boat with you. You would never leave your cabin, girl, because you'd be so terrified. Even when we were in Atlanta, when you were supposed to be trying to have, I think they wanted to get us together and have a conversation and all that shit, girl. You couldn't talk because you were so nervous about my moves. I caught your eyes, nigga. I saw you keep. This is where you were. When we all sat in the living room and we were filming, here's where you were the whole time. Right? They moved you over there near your ass and you got up and moved. Was it me, you who moved, or did I move for your safety, girl? Right? Because of your goddamn mouth. So I think you should say, hey, listen, you guys, I know you went out of your way and you made sure that I was safe. It's a damn shame when you have to be protected from just ordinary people. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so they over there going off over this Atlanta thing again. That's what happens when you have no content, see? When you are so desperate to pay your bill, you pay your mortgage, pay your light bill, your phone bill, and it all really comes down to what you can pull out of YouTube. That means even when you have nothing to say, you have absolutely nothing to say, you'll just go on and repeat the same shit over and over and over and over again. This nigga must have said, ain't no friends on YouTube. He must have said it 40 times, girl, this morning. Why would you keep saying the same thing, J. Wilson? Damn. You would think that a mind like yours, what you say is so wonderful, you should be picking up commentary all over the place. Every time you walk into a room, girl, you should be picking up information, storing information in these beautiful brains that God gave us. Some of us got a little bit more than others. But you just latch on to one damn word, girl, and you make that your whole life experience. And if there are no friends on YouTube, so what? Who gives a fuck? He's over there going off on that dude, Shawn Bradley. Shawn Bradley's going back off and responding to him. Apparently something about James Caldwell situation. You know, this is the beef sector, people. What is a beef? A beef is not a one-off. I come on here and I cuss you out, and then you cuss me back out, and that was it. That was the beef. That's not a beef, girl. It is ongoing. Ongoing, J. Wilson. So what am I talking about? I think what I'm saying is Ty and Bradley did you a solid by considering your safety, right? You went to you did nothing. I doubt that there's probably 10 minutes of your voice being recorded, right? There's nothing there. I went there. I wasn't expecting nothing there. I'm just going on a little weekend, girl. I didn't go on for 9 months talking about it. We gonna have fun. We gonna have fun. Oh, they don't like it. They don't like it because we gonna have fun. We gonna ain't no friends on YouTube. You have been talking about this dizzy ass boat ride, girl, for 9 months. A weekend excursion. J. Wilson, people take weekend excursions every week. They go somewhere. I am in a city that is surrounded on 3 sides by water. If I want to go on a boat, I can just call them up and say, okay, can I have a reservation for 2? And go out on a boat, girl. Ain't no reason to make no big announcement about it. It's just something I did that weekend, girl. Right? You have been talking about how you gonna have fun, how you gonna have fun, how you gonna have fun. I don't know how many more times you got to tell yourself that you're gonna have fun, girl. Right? You stretched this thing out, made it this great, big old, huge thing, girl, and ain't nothing but going out on a boat for a weekend. You're barely even sleeping in the damn cabin. So as this thing gets closer to takeoff time, that's not a launch, is it? I don't know what the hell they call it when you go on a weekend boat ride. Are those people that are on that cruise ship, are they all just going for 2 days? Right? Because they have those off San Francisco every day. Matter of fact, you don't even need no reservation. You just go down there, get on a pier, and they'll take you around the Bay Area, girl, bring you back home. What you're doing is a little more than that. It's one day out on the water. But you've been talking about it. So yes, we're going to be examining blow by blow this little boat ride of yours. So this will be your ticket to fame. I'm all jumbled up in the head today. How y'all doing, people? I sent the novel off to the editor on yesterday, right? So she has it. She has 20 days to produce the manuscript. Then we just got. I also paid for covers. So those have been designed. I'm not all that wild about the first one they sent me. They sent it back this morning. So we're moving forward in that. SB wants to talk to you. SB wants to talk to you? Well, I'm not on. I could go on StreamYard sometime. Actually, we probably should do that at some point. I can go and have an interview with Shawn Bradley. We ain't got no problem right now. But the thing is, they did us all a solid just by going there and being a part of something, child, right? We wanted to be a part of it. Who else gonna hire a bunch of 50-year-old hags to go on a goddamn a reality show? Anyway, Shawn Bradley wants to talk to you. How you know, Lillians? Where he at? Mm-hmm. At least the man was able to corral all these people from all these different parts of the city and offer them to come on this trip and to pay for the trip, to pay for their travel. I mean, I had $200 in my pocket. I didn't even spend $1 in Atlanta, right? They took care of everything, Gerald. At least they were able to corral people. They were able to meet each other. There should have been enough. Just call it a reunion, nigga. Are you going to pay the people who going on your boat ride? Do they have to be compensated? I'm still trying to figure out why these people want to be compensated. What was Heidi going to be compensated for taking her boots off and want to jump on a defenseless little short woman, honey, that already got a Brahma bull after her ass? Was that the what you're supposed to be compensated for? You thought you were reality stars, girl? Please. People were happy to get away from the house, honey. Mm-hmm. What y'all think about this situation is the same stuff, girl. But I guess this is what we do here on YouTube. We have to recognize there are certain characteristics to each one of these sectors, right? There's certain characteristics to each one of these sectors. That's what the new novel's about. There's a caller, you know, we've had that problem over here many times, and someone has actually taken action, but that person has made so many enemies. So many enemies. Just like J.WILSON, right? That they don't know where to start, girl. Mm-hmm. Hi, Darcy, Miss Dovey. Hi, Miss Dovey. Hi, Miss Dovey and Lillians. Mm-hmm. Sharon Morrison. Sable. I ain't speaking to nobody. Sable Winners. How y'all doing? I should have, I guess, watched a little bit more of what's going on with those guys. But you know, Wilson always finds a way to get his ass up in the middle of it, no matter what it is, girl. She gets to comment on everything and talk about how she don't mess with nobody. She don't cause no problem. Why do I want to kill you then, nigga? I'm just saying. I ain't want to kill nobody else. I have not encountered not one single solitary soul on here what I would actually want to put my hands on. But it is you, J.WILSON. It is to you. I feel the violence. It is to you, nigga. So you glad that Noble, that Tracy's boyfriend Noble is not coming on that boat, right? Because any threat of violence, you will not know how to handle it, particularly when you're out over the seas, girl. You can't call the police. I don't know why you don't understand that calling the police does not help you when you're getting your ass kicked, girl. Right? You would have somebody on the outside calling them, honey, because by the time we get through with your punk ass, girl, all you can do is, I'm okay. I'm okay. All that old bullshit, girl. It don't take that long to get up in the ass, honey. Anyway. Hi, 420 King. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Mocha Drop. OG Beauty. How you doing, OG Beauty? I don't care. I say at her house, she didn't stay at mine. You don't care. You stayed at her house. She didn't stay at mine. Oh, you still going there with the lady? Please don't read my book. Y'all might have to just accept there's only one queen per castle, honey. Right? You never know who people are till you try to live with them, honey. And it doesn't even mean that you necessarily, if the situation hadn't occurred where you actually had to share the house for a minute, you probably still be friends or still be talking to each other. She must have liked you at some point, or she would not have invited you to be there, figuring that you could help each other, right? So it's going to happen. I'm sorry. Grown ass people in their 50s are not meant to be trying to live together, unless you are the Golden Girls. And since y'all wasn't the Golden Girls, baby, Dovey to hey, love, please watch out for that. Just read my book and the stump clowns in it. Word on the street is stump clown is trying to get just read my book to spill your tea. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Red Star. So you're speaking to Dovey, who's in the chat. This is what Dovey's responding to. Dovey Milton. Hey, love, please watch out for that. Just read my book and stomp down. Stomp creature. Word on the streets is stomp creature is trying to get just read my book to spill your tea. Don't worry about that stomp creature, honey. Now that is she still around? Stomp creature, give it up. Give it up. Ain't no use. You couldn't help yourself if you wanted to. You hung up, no doubt. You're such a fucking mess for you. There's no way in, cause deeper and deeper in the garbage can you're falling, yeah. She can't stay on YouTube. They keep telling her, hell no, honey. Hell no, you must go. She put a video up. She got to take it down. She got to sneak in other people's chats just to be live on YouTube. She's a lonely woman, right? Or we would say woman, man, it, whatever the fuck that thing is, girl, who is yet to show herself, who is still speaking behind a black screen because she's so ashamed of her actions and her past actions, girl. I wouldn't be worried, but that thing ain't gonna do nothing. She can't inspire nobody to do shit, right? And just like that woman can spill your tea, you can spill her tea. Y'all can get out here and fight for these fools. Don't do it for Stomp Down, the Stomp Creature. Stomp Creature, we're still trying to wonder why you are stalking people. We want to discuss the pedophilia allegation. We want to know what you are hiding from. We need to know why it is so important to keep your identity a secret. You say that, oh, I don't want to be doxxed. I don't want to be. Well, people have been doxxed, girl. It seems to me they all survived, girl. Right? Isn't Bradley riding all over the country, all over the world, girl? Y'all don't try to dox him. Has he lost his job, honey? Don't he use his real name? What is the big terror, girl? So it tells us, Miss Stomp Creature, that you are trying to hide something. You don't want somebody to identify your punk ass. We know you live in San Antonio. We know you have a lighter color legs, so you will be light skinned, but you, by your own admission, are only 25% African American. That means then you tell us that your daddy is Mexico. He's Senor Gonzalez. And your mammy is half Mexican or some other country. She's not black. She's only half-breed herself. So that makes you you a Mexican. If your daddy is full-blooded Mexican and your mama's half-blooded Mexican, that makes you Mexican, right? But you want to come on here and talk about all the niggas and all this, and you want to blend in without a face. Eyes without a face, nothing really matters. Your eyes without a face. Y'all remember him? Billy Idol. Stomp Creature just mad because he can't do nothing with me. Well, at least you call him a him. I ain't gonna give him that, honey. I'm not calling you. You know, you don't qualify as a him or a her, honey. You're somewhere in between the two. I say in her house. Okay. Don't let them rile you, Dovey. They're just doing it for content, baby. Oh, good to see you, OG beauty. Original beauty, honey. Y'all better get with it. What else is going on? What else is going on, people? We know we can't keep including Wilson in every conversation, girl. She on here 5 times a day, this thing. So she ain't got nothing to say. She's just gonna grab the whatever she can talk about, try whatever it takes to try to stay online for an hour, girl. Right? So none of her stories are real stories, right? This all you could classify it all as clout chasing. She got to get on every day, or the lights are getting turned off. I want a signed copy of the new book when it's finished. Okay, God before everything. Mm-hmm. Can no, see, I don't even know how to post things on here. I got a first draft of the cover for it already. That is the easiest part, so I do that immediately. I can do the ebook cover immediately, right? Because all it requires is the front cover. But you can't really make a book cover until the book is absolutely finished, after it has been edited and it's been formatted, because even changing 2 pages in the book will throw off the spine. So you need a spine. So you can't do I could probably go ahead and do the back cover if I wanted to, but really you need that spine, and you can't do the spine until the very end. So, but I'll do the design with just the cover, the ebook cover. So we're moving along. I don't know if I have another book in me or not. Inspiration can come from anywhere. I didn't come to the beef sector thinking I'm coming to write a book about it. It's just this is what the environment was. So this is what inspires you. You can get inspired by anything, honey. I wrote a book called Muse, and I wrote it because I took this train to the next stop down is Civic Center Station, or 2 stops down, and there was this white kid who looked like he was homeless. He had a big old guitar. He had a little thing out there where you collect money. But when that boy would open his mouth and sing, I mean, his voice was so beautiful. I had to wonder, what must it be like for a person to be who can be so talented and in that situation? And that's what inspired me to write Muse. The Muse opens up with a guy singing uh, in the exact same spot, and somebody discovering him. Mm-hmm. Well, let's hope God before everything. I don't know when the brain starts to slip. When the brain starts to slip, can't concentrate, girl. But I only write in small bits anyway, so I never write more than a page a day. So maybe I have another book in me. We'll see. I enjoy it. It's just something about completing things, because you have that. I remember I wrote this book 20 years ago and still around. So producing something, being creative, finding a way to be creative. Mm-hmm. Right about that hotel. Mm-hmm. I was the only one in that house, child. They would not let me out of SHAWN Bradley's sight. They're gonna say, you got this sissy J.WILSON on here running his mouth. He don't even realize he's in danger. He's too dumb to even realize he's in danger, girl. Right? He talking about he gonna put he got to finish his chicken. I think he had a chicken bone and a rib bone. I'm just eating my food. I'm just girl. You don't know what kind of nigga I am, girl. I could have pushed that goddamn rib bone to the back of your brain. You didn't know that. You're too dumb to know that, because you have no life experience, girl. Right? So I would warn you, J.WILSON, before you put on them Birks, you need to put some hot glue or something in that heel, honey, in case somebody just has to push your ass over. Woo! Throw him overboard. He found a hiding place. Throw him overboard. He found a hide. If it in the name of God. Baby. When they see how easy they see them ankles hanging over on the side, girl, just a little tap is all it would take. Out of Sparkle Covington, leaking berries. I'm talking about the drug motel in SF. Oh, you know about that? You know about the New Pacific Hotel? Yeah, they kicked my door. Well, 3 times they kicked it off the hinges. They gets kicked through the door, right? They couldn't get the key. And 2 times they conned me out of opening the door. I pretended to be somebody else. But I got busted in that hotel 5 times, Jeff. But there's definitely stories in those in those allways. Thank God we do mature. God has designed us where we mature, and all those things that we thought were so fascinating and fun when we were young, now we see them for what they actually were. But I'm not all that resentful, honey. I had a good time, Those were my youthful years, and that's how I chose to use them. Mm-hmm. The trick is to make it out, because a lot of people didn't make it out. Are they now in prison for long periods? You going in and out, in and out, in and out. Eventually, they can give you a what do you call it? Criminal. You keep going in and out. They give you, there's a certain charge they give you. My brain is getting a blank. Anyway, they can charge you with that. They can hit you with 3 strikes. You could get in a situation where somebody's about to rob you and you say no, and then you pull a gun, they pull a gun, they dead, and you in prison for the rest of your life, right? Then you add in the factor of health. Many of the guys who I partied with and so forth, when I see them, they're the walking dead because they didn't get off drugs. And it's not, don't assume that it's everybody's going to get off, because a whole lot of people don't, right? So they end up dying in their 30s and 40s. So if you can make it to the other side, honey. Lincoln Barry's you from San Francisco? You can't expect me to remember. I don't remember nothing. That's part of dyslexia. Hotel banging. Ooh, that banging. That banging. Oh, oh, oh. They out there living their life on banging. Girls living crazy. Oh, 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 oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes me happy when I see people are running into them who have gotten out of their life, though. I don't very often run into people, though, either, because if you went down the Post Street now, where I used to do my thing at, both of you all young people, new, young, fresh young people the devil can take advantage of. But they're usually young people, and the older old heads either moved away, they died, they went to prison, right? So I just don't see, not in this neighborhood. If I had sold, because there are plenty of drugs in the Castro, believe me. But if I had done my thing over here, I'll probably meet more people over here. But I did mine on the other side of town in the legendary Tenderloin. Hotel Bayang. Ooh. Well, at least I know a name. I never thought of that before. Toontown, very creative. Hotel Bayang, honey. Hotel Bayang. I have a whole list of just idea lists, right? Hotel Bayang. Because you couldn't use the real name of the hotel. They'll sue you. Hotel Bayang. Ooh. I already got the theme song. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like it. That's kind of catchy, honey. Hotel out there living the life on Bayang. Well, the actual here they call people who smoke crack. They call that a booyah. I'm gonna get me a booyah. So when I heard that song about these people singing about the bayang, it sounded like booyah to me. I'm gonna get me a bayang. I'll get me a booyah. All the different lingo and language. Mm-mm. Strangely enough, though, I still, if I'm in a deep sleep, I still dream about those same places. And it ain't nothing I want to return to. That's for damn sure. Mm. What's going on? Habitual felon. That's right. You get the habitual felon. I got lucky I didn't get that. But you can get that, and they can tack on an additional 10 years or so. It's very easy to get caught up. It's easy to get caught up. I had amounts of dope, but it put me away for a very long time, you know. Welcome to the Hotel California. What you know about that, Dry Mustard? Such a lovely place. There's plenty of room at the Hotel California. You can find it here any time of year. Her mind is bended and twisted. She drives a Mercedes Benz. She's got a lot of pretty, pretty boys she calls friends. Relax, said the night man. We are programmed to receive You can check out anytime you like, but you will never leave. You want to hear me sing it? I really know that song. I sang it. I had the song in my. Well, I tell the same stories. You only got one life to live, right? When I left Indiana, I made it to Chicago, going the wrong way. When I was trying to drive to California, and the people, I was staying at the Holiday Inn. I was too dumb to know that I couldn't be wasting money on hotel rooms if I was coming all the way to California. Anyway, I went up in there. They broke in my car, of course, stole all of my cassettes. As being a teenager, my car was full of cassettes. The only one cassette they didn't get was the one that was inside the tape. And since my plan was to come to California, of course, I was playing Hotel California. So many times when you were driving cross country, you were in places where the radio didn't work. And so you only had one option for music. Mm-hmm. Who stalked her in the 70s? Who y'all stalking? Maybe when y'all hear about the name Stone Creature, y'all think about stalking. Okay. So nobody calls you Jabber? Only people who I run into are who I knew from the old life, which are very rare. My old boyfriend, he still calls me Jabber. I've tried to train him to say Tim, but I don't see him very often. I don't know if he's in prison or not. He did get clean. He became a window framer, so he's a construction worker. I thought he was doing well, but I haven't seen him in several years. So he calls me Jabber. Anybody knew me from that period, from LA and here, really. I started called it, if I wrote that book, I've started it several times. Killing Jabber. It'd be a catchy title too. But it would be a nonfiction about killing the drug demon. Or the way God will kill him for you. Mm-hmm. It's Soul Sister #1 show. How you doing, Soul Sister #1 show? Mm-hmm. Sweetheart. Mm-hmm. Let me see. See if I miss anybody. New Pacific. The New Pacific Lincolnberries they bought that. It had been a drug hotel for probably 30 years. It was one of them hotels that are run by the Patels. The Patels are these Indian families. They all have the same last name, but they're not all related. They just call an innkeeper Patel as a last name kind of thing. But anyway, either the city or some private company bought that hotel, and now they've remodeled it, and it's no longer a dope hotel. Mm-hmm. But the Tenderloin is still what it is. That hotel was in the last street of the Tenderloin, so it wasn't in the heart of it, but a lot of the clientele was coming out of the Tenderloin. Let me see. Have y'all been keeping up with the Trump's fraud case? We become desanitized. Is that the right word, Justin? We become Trump's story. How he's always being convicted of something. They're always, and then they want him to be the president. It just boggles the mind. What's wrong with these white people? I mean, what is Trump giving them? Are they so obsessed with people crossing the border? I mean, what difference does it really make? I mean, where you would make somebody like Donald Trump a convicted criminal, a crook. Now they're saying that all the shit he bragged about all these years, all this hotels and shit he made, he done falsified the documents, claiming they were worth billions of dollars, right? Billions of, he went there talk, a billion is $1,000 million, right? All of this building, this destruction he did, he done it all under false pretenses. He broke the law time and time and time again. And now it seems like everything he was accused of when he ran the first time, and they just still made him the president, including grabbing women by their whatever. Then he gets accused and convicted of raping that woman, whatever, however they desanitize the title. Basically, they're saying they believe that he did what she said he did. They still nothing changed in his polls, in his numbers. I guess they just want to show. Let somebody go in there and make racial slurs. Is entertaining for him? They're confusing entertainment with actually politics. Yeah, so they own Trump's ass again. I become desanitized, honey. After the first, 1 indictment, 2 indictments, 3 indictments, 4 indictments, 1 settlement. Now, I can't keep up with it. I'm sorry. They're gonna have to whittle that down until when they throw his ass in jail. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. No Trump, boy. What you gonna do about him? Nothing. Hey. I know we're not supposed to convict a person before trial, but we say lock him up now. That's right. Shit. You ever holler about locking Hillary Clinton up for some damn emails? Most of the people on this damn cabinet, they all going to jail too. They're going to jail. They're going to jail. They're going to jail. A lot of them are going to start singing like canaries, baby. They say, I'm not riding this by myself. Hell no. I know it frustrates Trump after all of his racist views to have these black women going after his ass in New York and Atlanta, girl. They're both black women. I bet you won't be grabbing them by the... He's getting his just desserts, but it's not going to make any difference. By the time they finally throw Donald Trump in jail, he'd be dead, honey. He's already done it. He's, 80 years old? He's going to be 80 years old. It sounds like dementia is already kicking in. They're going to put something like that in the damn White House. They saying he's younger. He's young, man. He's younger than Biden. They're the same damn age. What's he got, 3 years difference? They're the same age, child. So one's a con man, a professional talker, and the other one is a politician doing a pretty decent job. I wish personally that they would, both parties would have someone younger to run. Biden said in the beginning that he was only going to take 1 term, but it's their whole party. Who else do they have to put up? We were lucky when we got Obama. He was, what was he, in his 40s? Anyway, the conversation has been about all these old politicians. I don't know why. I mean, Dianne Feinstein, come on, man. She looks like she's 100, and she's very close to being that. Why you got to stay in office for? Don't you want to take a boat ride or something? Maybe some people just feel like working is their life, and they want to work until the day they die. But they shouldn't be that old, and they're making important decisions, I don't think. None of them, on both sides. Then they got this other dude, Menendez, his old crooked ass. He got away last time. Nothing upsets the courts like when you have gotten away, you have walked away free and clear, and you have brought your ass right back doing the exact same thing, right? So now he's accused. They're all asking him to step down, Menendez, and talking about in Jersey. He refuses to go. Even though they didn't caught him with $500,000 in his damn house, gold bars. They traced where the gold bars came from. They knew that he was in cahoots with, was it Israel? I forget what country he was in cahoots with, getting favors done for them. They got them damn Trump children. They also, Trump or his kids cannot do business in New York City. Which is strange, though. That's where they're from. But then what about them billion-dollar deals that Ivanka and Jared Kushner walked away with when they left the White House? with the very people that they were making decisions for when they were in the White House. That's another big story. Getting glassed over because their daddy can't stay out the damn news. Make some room for some more convictions, Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. Kushner's daddy's in jail. He got out, but he did fraud. They're all crooks. But Donald Trump is just a primary crook. He was all that time he was claiming to be this super successful billionaire. It was all lies. It was all lies. And then so when he paid $700 a year for in taxes, maybe that's all he owed. Maybe he was only a thousandaire. Anyway, whatever happened with that? Whatever happened to all the taxes that he hasn't paid in all those years? Egypt, he was in cahoots with Egyptian government. Are they the ones that bought him a new Mercedes? That's about 100. It's a high-end convertible Mercedes. It had to be close to 100,000. Plus, he got 500,000 in the house. Gold bars worth a couple 100,000. If he has that much in the house, you can imagine when he has in offshore accounts. He's a crook. Now, these politicians, they're not as surprised as they act, right? Because they're crooks too. They're not trying to get power just to be broke. Clarence Thomas about to be out of the Supreme Court the way he thinks. So are they going to put him out? That's another crook. You never stand him, fucking black Republican. I don't like no black Republicans. If y'all black Republicans, I'm sorry. I just don't understand it, honey. I can't. Only black Republican I ever liked was Colin Powell. I would have voted for him. Not because he's black, but I thought that was a good man. He was honest, right? And when Obama was running, he gave an honest opinion about the unsuitableness of poor brain. When John McCain chose that Palin woman, he said, "Oh, that's your decision making, the way you're processing." So he voted for Obama, or didn't vote at all. They got away with various crimes, but they've always been. Donald Trump has definitely always been a crook, and any money he was making in the early days was given to him by his father to start all these damn businesses, right? But he knows there's no evidence he ever actually made anything of it. He lied. You want to build a building? The building costs, $1 billion to build. So he goes and lies and says he's worth $5 billion. When he started running for president, he said he's worth $11 billion. Now it looks like he owes over $1 billion. Well, if you got $11 billion and you owe $1 billion, can't you just pay him off? No, he ain't got no money. And his family's going to suffer from his reputation for years to come. And if they ever get serious about pursuing Kushner and Ivanka, they're going to jail too, honey. Anybody else would go to jail. Billions of dollars. Tim Scott afraid to come out of the closet because he's a Republican, and so is Miss Lindsay. Oh, you really follow him, Justin. Tim Scott is really in the closet. I don't know. I ain't follow that close. As it get closer, when they actually start running, then I will. But as far as following Donald Trump and all his crimes, he got a different crime every week. He's got a different crime for the last 2 years, girl. So he thought that he wouldn't have to relitigate all of the stuff that he went through the first time. He sees, well, they still love me. He said he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and wouldn't go to jail. They still vote for him. And it looks like he was right about that. But now they seem to be bringing all those cases that we heard the stories about. They're filing those cases and bringing charges. Right? So the rest of his life, he's going to be in courtrooms. But that's not news to Donald Trump because he's always been in courtrooms. People are trying to fight to get their money back. I mean, for work they did. All them high rises stuff that he built under his name. He lied about getting all the finances, and then he didn't pay the people who he supposedly got the money to pay. So everything's a scam. Everything's a ripoff. It's that TD Jakes calls it that get over spirit. Even his own family. That's why his niece don't like him, because he took all the money. They had to try to sue him to get the money from inheritance. I'm sure his father, he's a billionaire. He left the family something. Trump tried to get it all, so he can all blow it all. God before everything. Most honest politicians leave office before they get corrupted. If you've been in politics for 20 years, it's hard to stay clean. Yeah, they don't give Obama enough credit. I mean, Donald Trump has had more scandals this year than Obama had his whole life, including his presidency. No scandals, no rapes, no ripping of people off, no all his financial crimes of his. They said he was lying in paperwork to the tune of billions of dollars, money he did not have. It was all talk. Yeah, those politicians, they do anything to stay in office. It's power. Power corrupts. Money corrupts and power corrupts. So they've done quite a bit of things to stay in office. And to stay in office, you need money. Or you can be honest guy. Like I always thought John McCain was a pretty honest guy. But that wasn't what the people wanted. I feel for our mayor here. Yeah, like, you know how many black women are mayors in this country? I had no idea. But our mayor is a black lady, London Bree. But boy, is she up against it. San Francisco is having so many different issues. So now the latest thing I heard is in order for people to get this little money they give them, it's like a welfare for single people and stuff. They can't get any money unless they go into program. Because most people, when you offer them housing, and it's not good housing, it's just like you will give you a bed at a shelter somewhere, they won't take it. If you're a drug addict, you don't want to be stuck up in a shelter some damn where. You want to be out in the street getting high. That's why you sold your soul, to be high, right? So they haven't figured out how to get people off the street, but that might help. And they say only 30% of these people are on drugs. I don't believe that at all. It's not been my experience. Pretty much everybody who does hard drugs are basically homeless. And when they have shelter, is generally speaking at hotel rooms, short-term places, right? You may start off with an apartment or a house or something like that, but eventually you're gonna go through all that if you're a real drug addict. So that's our new plan. If you're gonna get I forget what they call it, but you're gonna get a check from the city, you have to get into a program. Irony is when you go to a program, they take the check. But you got a place to stay, you got food, you got everything you need. I know because I went through Walden House. And a lot of these guys who have serious mental health issues, when they get into some kind of program or housing, then they're able to apply for the things they need to apply for. Because many people really do need that kind of help. And it's not just drugs. The schizophrenics are all over the place when I go out and walk the dog in the morning. I say, those people really do need help. And they're probably not even getting SSI or anything because they don't have the capacity to even show up and do that. We need more social workers out on the street. Ivanka dead, right? Well, who is the daughter? The daughter is Ivanka, ain't she? Who is the daughter? Ivanka? Ivanka? Ivanka is the wife that passed away. Ivanka is the daughter, so I confused them. Forgive me, Carmel. It only takes when you need something that you can't get on your own. You need something. I don't understand. Well, I mean, unless you can get off dope, none of that shit's gonna make any difference, girl. So I guess they have the right idea that if you're in program, a lot of times you will find yourself while you're in program though. So they send a lot of people to drug programs instead of prison if it's a drug charge, right? Because even though you were not planning on it, while you're there, you could discover what is the better way to live. I don't want to go back. If you get away from it long enough, while you're in it, it's just the way it's not the way your brain works. All you think about is the next hit. Ivanka is the daughter. Okay. He's talking about all these minorities. Girl, didn't you marry two? Oh, they were white though. It's different. They went from shithole countries. That fool. Tim, George, Anthony. Who is that? Devour Santos claim to write all your book. Who? What happened? Tim, Uncle Tim, George, Anthony, Kitiwa, Ravishi, Devourer, Santos claim to write all of your book. No, I'll write them all, baby. Every single word. I don't know who the hell that is. George Santos? Is that the same one? The liar? I guess they don't give a damn about when you lie, because they liars too. They lie, honey. You see, whenever they do these political dramas and things, generally speaking, they'll make the politicians crooked, right? Most of them. They very rarely make a fiction about politicians who are not crooked, right? What's that one called? I used to like with House of Cards, right? House of Cards. All of them, really. Generally, people at the top are in some way crooked because it's a reality. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Y'all threw Justin out. What the hell are you talking about, Justin? They threw you out. Y'all timed him out right. I hope he ain't going somewhere forever. It's all up to the moderators, Sonny. I don't know about that stuff. I don't get in their business. Yeah, a lot of people will start writing when they retire. It's something to do. It's a way to. It's actually, for me, it's brain exercise. I never make money on books, writing books. It's brain exercise though, right? It's a way to be creative. So you don't just watch. You can't watch TV for the rest of your life, honey. So it's a way to not only to express yourself and be creative, but it's also to keep your mind active. A wonderful hobby. Writing is not what it used to be. I mean, people used to write books and think I'm gonna get famous. They would do well. I mean, some of these old writers, when they didn't have a lot of other options other than read. But now there's so much stuff you can get on your phone, honey. Watch movies and talk shows and blogosphere, and you can do so much stuff now that people don't read as much. But all stories begin with writing, right? If you notice that a lot of these plays and movies and all these things, they started with a novel. Many of them, I would say most of them, have started with someone writing a novel or screenplay. Many times adapted from a book, then it becomes a screenplay, then it becomes a play, stage play. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. I don't see nothing wrong with that old bump and grind. What a wasted talent. Are y'all getting reports on what it's like for R. Kelly in prison? Is he in general population? I heard that guy that when the one that shot that woman in the feet. What's his name? What's the guy that shot the woman in the feet? He's in there. He's wanted to be in general population, and people don't understand it. They say, why would you want to be out there? It's dangerous. It ain't dangerous. People are all murderers and killers and rapists and everything else. It's hard to do time when you're just locked in a cell 24 hours a day. Some of them, they get out for 2 hours, 22 hours a day. They're locked up. They never talk to other people. They're not able to exercise in any significant way. Yeah, it's much easier time if you can make it to main line. Unless you got a whole lot of enemies and there's a reason to put you away. Tory Lanez. Yeah, Tory said, let me out, honey. Let me out, coach. Yeah, I don't want to be in that just lockup, not for years. Trevor Noah used to do a lot of humorous jokes about politics, which make it seem less serious. I don't think they have to be totally corrupt to be a politician. I know they do favors. I'm watching something now called Boss. Boss stars that guy, Kelsey Kramer. He used to play Kramer. What's his name? Kelsey something. Anyway, he had a series. It only lasted two seasons, but it's politics. He's a Chicago mayor, but they're all crooked. He's dying. Y'all seen that? It's on Tubi. Tubi got a lot of good stuff though, but I'm still frustrated about commercials. You know, sometimes during the middle of the show there'll just be one, but they have a lot of commercials still. That's how they pay the bills. You got to ask yourself, how do people pay their bills? If they're not going to charge you for the prescription, like Netflix, then they're gonna have commercials. That's how they make their money. Les Moore, governor of Maryland, seems legit. Yeah, let's hope they all start off that way. But you know, they do favors to stay in office. People have power. You know, they're power brokers. But I don't think anybody is in the class with Donald Trump. Maybe Nixon. You know, he walked away in shame. But we don't know all that he was. All we know is what he was about to be convicted of. But we don't know what all he's done to stay in power. But nobody else in history has been a Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a reality star. He's a liar in chief. They're making reality stars presidents now. What does that say about our future? Anyway, peoples, thank y'all for coming in on today. Bless y'all for the helping me out with the editor. That's in process now. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. The boat is almost. When they gonna leave on the boat? Is that Thursday or Friday? Lord, y'all search out that content and send it to me. Every time they open their goddamn mouth. Later, people.